Howdy! It's the tail end of harvest time here in Farmville, USA. Farmers from around the country, as well as the world, are in a race against the harvest to try to beat the oncoming winter. It's a lot of work. We got a lot left to do. Come with me and I'll show you what I got. My name's Hyrum Adamson, and this is my job, to help teach you about agriculture. These guys are digging up rotten potatoes. Froze up here last week and got down into the low teens, anywhere from 9 to 13 degrees, and froze the spuds in the ground. So now what they're having to do is dig them out, transload them, and it's all going to cattle feed. It's a pretty sad deal. Hello, truck. It is muddier than heck up here. Holy crap, man. Welcome to today's episode of Ag Ed. Today we're back up here in the Teton Valley, getting ready to harvest some quinoa. I got all my stuff kind of ready to go here. Had to fix a couple things to get the combine serviced. I try to do most of that the night before so I don't end up getting all itchy and stuff, but that didn't happen today. So anyways, hopping up in the old combine, my favorite thing in the world, sorta, not really. And it's all warmed up. We're gonna go finish up this field and go see what we can cut here. So let's go to work. I like working. Alright, we're gonna get started here and make sure everything's good to go. Oh crap. I ate a whole bunch of dirt the night before. My belt's stuck. Come on. There it goes. Let's go this way. Yeah! Woohoo! I got it. Alright, let's go cut some quinoa. And I'll tell you all about quinoa here in a minute. Everything about it. And I mean everything. So, I finally got my first load in the combine over there, if you can see that. I'm waiting on a truck right now, so I figured I'd come out here and give you a couple fun facts about quinoa. Quinoa is pronounced K-E-E-N-W-A-H. Its scientific name is Chenopodium quinoa. It is part of the Amaranthaceae family, which means it's related to spinach, pig's foot, goosefoot. Sorry, it's not pig's foot. It's goosefoot, pig's weed, and beets, sugar beets, stuff like that. It originated in South America, and it was started going into production about 6,000 years ago, and it was raised primarily in Bolivia, Peru, and in the Andes. And it originally started being produced by around Lake Titicaca. From what I researched, that's what I could find. And so Lake Titicaca, that's kind of an interesting name. It's kind of fun to say. Titicaca. Huh. Titicaca. Anyways, I digress. I apologize. This is quinoa. And so it has little seeds in it. And we've kind of had an issue for it turning to mush because we got too much rain this year. So it didn't actually produce very good. And they're just kind of hoping to get what they can get. And boy, there's nothing here. That's not good. Anyways, couple facts about it. If you're below 5,500 feet, it's not going to grow. If you have high humidity or lots of rainfall, you're not going to have any luck because it's just too hot, and it takes colder, high elevated climates. And then a lot of farmers, they'll come out here and they'll grow it in you know, this is like a 6-row spacing using a grain planter, and they'd plant it just like you would grain, which is good. But at the same time, it also it's non-GMO, so you can't spray this stuff, and so you get all the weeds and everything like that, which is good for you, bad for me, because I have to cut it, and it's a pain in the butt. So anyways, I grew it a couple years ago, and what I did so I could cultivate it is I put it in 30-inch row spacings, and I planted it 4 inches apart from each other, just like I would corn, and I planted about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch deep. And I put it in the ground probably about March 24th, March 28th, somewhere around there. And I flood irrigated it, and it did amazing. The only downside is in August and September of 2014, we got nothing but rain for like a month straight, and it just turned the heads to mush. So it's kind of sad. Anyways, that's what I got for you as far as information. We're going to get back to work. Yeah, I finally got a truck, and we're dumping it. Not too bad of a line for not having a GPS. Almost there. Hey look, it's Ryan. It's about time he shows up. What a big silly guy. Just kidding, he had other stuff going on. He's gonna come run the old combine, and I'm gonna get some outside stuff and show you how a combine works. How's that sound? Sounds pretty good, I think. All right, let's go. All right, now that we got old Mr. Ryan in here. Hi, Ryan.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, he says. We work together in another part of the world. It's a good time. We work together on the fire department. It's awesome. His life depends on mine, and my life depends on his. More likely mine depends on his because I suck. But
That's debatable.
it's debatable. Anyways, he's going to run this thing so I can get out and show you guys how a combine runs and go from there. So without further ado, Ryan, carry on.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Keep going, bud.
All right. So you have the header with the cutter bar on the front. The reel backs everything in, and that's what sucks it into the throat here. That's called the feeder house. The feeder house is going to bring everything inside into the accelerator where it goes into the cylinder. As it drops into the cylinder, it separates everything out. It's got a rotor in it. This is a 9770 STS John Deere combine. I'm running a 630D header on it. And so anyways, everything goes through the cylinder there, gets separated out through the rotor, drops down. As you can see, right here, you got your rocker arms that run your chamber deck and your sieve frames. And then you got wind that blows up from underneath there, and that's blowing up everything out of your fan. So that's how it separates. So the fan blows all the stuff out, goes across your sieves, and then your chamber frame, and then all of your seed drops down underneath. And then everything else, which is my favorite part, gets pushed out the back just like that. You got your chaff, you got all your straw, or in this case, the stems, and it just powders it up. Now, you might wonder where all the grain goes, right? Well, the grain goes on the cross augers out the right side, and you got two elevators. You got your tailings, and then you got your clean grain. All the tailings is basically all your recycled crap, and that goes back up through the cylinder, gets rotated and recirculated. So then all your clean grain goes through your tailings or your clean grain cross auger, and that's what gets sucked up and pushed up into your grain tank. That's where all your good clean grain is. So yeah, I love this combine. It's been a good one. Yep. So that's basically the rundown of how a combine works. washed up into here. This is quinoa. That's it after it gets cleaned up and separated. So there's a lot of good seeds, but there's a lot of crap in there too. It just wasn't a really good year this year for it. So anyways, that's my story about that. So we're gonna go ahead and climb back in here where it's not dusty, loud, and cold. So good job, Brian.
Thank you,
You
sir.
did great.
Got a good teacher.
Well, it wasn't me, it's my brother Jared. I'm not a good teacher. Well, that time of night's coming where things just get a little bit too tough to cut. The sad thing about up here in the valley is you only get about 5 or 6 hours a day this time of year to finish up what you got, and it just makes it tough. But you know what makes it worthwhile is the view. It's not very often, and it's not very many folks that can come up here and cut grain or barley or in this case quinoa and actually get to enjoy the view. I love it up here. It's very, very beautiful. As you can see, you can't see the Tetons because they're kind of shrouded by some clouds over there, but man, it is a beautiful piece of country, and I love it up here, as I said. And yeah, so thanks again for watching. I'm gonna probably spell Ryan off so he can go home. I probably got another hour here that I'm able to cut, so I figured I'd just touch base with you guys and say thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and stay tuned. I hope to get more stuff up, and that's kind of our purpose, is to try to further the message about agriculture, and it's a good time. So thanks for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you might be, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Sometimes you just can't win, especially when you eat a whole feeder house full of dirt and you spend an hour digging out your gosh dang stupid feeder house. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.